Hello, Blindspot fans, and welcome to another episode of the AFTERBUZZ TV Blindspot After Show. Today we're looking at episode 17, Man's Telepathic Loyal Lookouts. Boy, is that a mouthful. And we'll see you on the other side of the intro.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
This was such a great scene, but it was also kind of sad.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
I like this song.
Patsy Cline, ladies and gentlemen. Patsy Cline.
Yeah.
So yes, welcome to the Blindspot After Show. We're here. We gave you the title. We are ready to go. With me is the wonderful Stephanie Garrett.
Hey guys, you can find me at Stephanie G 3360 on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
And I'm Katie Cullen. You can find me on Twitter at Kiaxet. That's Kiaxet. We have our hashtag on Twitter, ABTV Blindspot. We've also got the live chat going, so if you have something fun to say, throw in the hashtag, put it in the live chat, and you may well get a shout out on the show. So, what did we think of this episode?
I actually, I like this episode better than, say, the last couple. This one had a little bit more meat on the bones kind of thing to me. You know what I mean? A little deeper, because they went deeper into Patterson and David and, you know, all that.
They almost formatted it differently. Like, usually we have the personal stuff bookending the procedural.
Right.
And here they just interspersed everything through, and the procedural parts were also very personal. So it didn't feel like, here's a tattoo, here's a case, we're doing the thing, go. And by the way, here's the characters fleshed out, which is what it usually does. Much better framed than what I just said, but nonetheless.
Yeah.
But this one, it was all very personal, and it was Patterson's crusade. And when we started getting into the procedural part of things, that's, you know, them trying to find where she is. It's still very personal.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was a good way to frame things.
Yeah, I did too. I liked the storyline of her sort of wrapping things up with David and that kind of thing.
I liked having David back, but it was also kind of sad.
I know.
Like, right.
You're gonna miss
Hallucinatory David.
For subconscious.
I think that's what I think it's called either hallucination David or not David is what I keep calling him in my notes.
Yeah.
Namely because
Hallucinate. I don't even want to know.
And there goes Katie.
Yeah. Good night, everyone. It's been a very long couple of days.
She's fallen and she can't get up.
I'm having trouble with words. I'm having trouble with words. Also, I completely forgot to say what the anagram was for this one. Did you have that written down?
The anagram is in almost the last place you look. That's the anagram.
Thank you, Stephanie, for saving the day.
Yeah, well,
I completely forgot to write that sucker down.
I had to put my glasses on to see that.
You know, if it works, it works.
Right.
So that's our anagram for today. And we have, again, a very personal episode, which is interesting, especially since we have no idea what to expect next week, because that trailer gave us nothing.
Yeah, just clip. I'm like, they didn't put it together. I'm like, can we get a little something?
Yeah, I jumped ahead a lot. That is prediction territory,
right,
but it's just like, what do we have to say about next week? A big old Kanye shrug. I have no idea.
Question mark. Like, what the?
So we pick up this episode exactly where we left off last week.
Yeah.
Where we have Patterson having dinner with the hallucinatory ghost of David. And finding out that he figured out a tattoo.
Yeah.
And then a dessert shows up, and it's this really nice looking chocolate cake with your move written in chocolate on it. Like, now I want cake.
Yeah.
Like, that is what this show has accomplished. Like, look at all these mysteries ahead of you. And I'm like, man, that's a really good looking piece of cake. And she just walked out on it.
Yeah, she just took the little sheep, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then she just bailed.
It's a little sheep token from the game Agricola.
Never heard of it.
Which neither have I. I initially had this moment of, oh, they play Settlers of Catan. And they're like, that's not what sheep looks like in Settlers of Catan. That's a card, which is a little more awkward to stick on a cake.
Okay.
And I'm surprised that the restaurant held on to this little sheep figurine for God knows how long.
Right.
Just to stick it on top of the cake. Like, that is one heck of a restaurant.
Yeah, and he had to pay probably pretty heavily in advance for all that.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, worth it for the whole setup, and we needed it for this, but dang.
Yeah.
I want to go to that restaurant. That seems like it would be amazing.
Yeah.
So she winds up on this big scavenger hunt, which he set up for her, which we find out at the end. She tells him, yeah, you know, if you'd been here with me for this, I probably would have been charmed enough to get back together with you, which I'm going to sit here and cry.
No.
I'm just going to lie here and have some emotions. That's all. Don't mind me. So he set all of this up for her.
Yeah.
And they wind up back at his apartment, and she winds up breaking in because the landlord is having absolutely none of it.
Yeah, and she's terrible at it.
What I do love is that this whole thing with her climbing the fire escape, and obviously this is not something she usually does, et cetera, et cetera. In that, all of that, we have a very valid reason for her to be without her phone.
Right. Yeah, that's right, because he dropped it. It broke. Yep.
Because it's that, I can't remember which writer said it. There was some writer in general complaining about how you can't set anything modern day because cell phones fix everything. And it's like, you're dead wrong. There are a lot of really good ways to get around cell phones. There's a horror movie called You're Next where the villain brings a cell phone jammer. It's that easy, stuff like that. So I like that we kept okay, she doesn't have a cell phone, she doesn't have a way to get in contact with them, and it's a very organic, very natural way of removing her phone from play.
Right. Yeah, that's
It's
true.
the details, you guys.
It is. You're so good at pointing those out.
Well, I like
I sometimes
when they do
miss
it
things.
right.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
still kind of looking at Weller and going, buddy, you almost died. Are you sure that having rollicking sex didn't open your stitches that are under that little $2, like 2-cent Band-Aid on your neck?
Yeah, I think he's totally healed. He's good. Clearly, he's good to go.
Sure. The healing power of sex.
Right.
The only way to go.
I read too much fan fiction.
Yeah.
So that's... Yeah, we'll talk about Weller in a little bit. He didn't have a lot this episode, and I was perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, so was I. I like that it wasn't all about him, because most of the time it's kind of all about Weller.
It really is, and he's one of the protagonists. We got it. We're down with it. But again, a few weeks ago, they were looking at potentially removing him from the episode with that shrapnel wound.
Yeah.
And I was so interested in that, and it was like, lol, JK. Okay, cool. So I like that he wasn't the focus of this one.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with him. It's just a really good change. Well, there's plenty of things wrong with him. The man has so many issues. He has a subscription. But as a character,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with him. But it was just a nice change of pace.
Right.
I am talking myself in circles. Help me.
I know. Well, I was going to say, I hope this is the last kidnapping of anybody for a long time.
Oh my God. Isn't this like the third one?
At least. I'm just done with the kidnapping. Jane got kidnapped, then Zapata, and now Patterson. Jeez, where are we going with this?
Admittedly, Jane's kidnapping lasted
2 seconds.
10 minutes tops, maybe.
Yeah.
And it was Zapata's that was half the episode, and then this one that was half the episode. Like, and it's all the girls that get kidnapped.
Right, let somebody
What
kidnap
is
Weller.
this?
Come on, let's get him
Yes.
snatched up and see what he does.
Oh my God, yes. Kidnap Weller and then have everyone else having to figure out where he is. I am
Yes.
down for that.
I love that.
I know it's too late to put it into season 1, but
That's
season
okay.
2, you guys.
Season 2.
Season 2. I want this.
Right.
I want Weller to be our damsel
And I
in
need like a
distress.
2-episode arc on that. I'll take a 2-episode. That's what I want. I want a 2-episode arc on that.
But we also need Weller working from the inside, either getting
Yeah.
information or trying to get out. We can't just have him sit there. That's
No.
against
I don't
his
mean
character.
that. I mean, like, he needs to be doing something. He needs to squirm a little bit. He needs to get uncomfortable, that kind of thing. I want to see him squirm.
I am down.
I love Weller.
I am
I'm just saying.
down for this.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Right.
Reed has enough going on. We can leave him alone for now.
Oh, poor
I
Reed.
feel so bad for that man.
I know. Poor Sarah. He showed up at his apartment, right?
Yeah,
That
we,
what it was?
we wandered into this territory. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah showed up and was trying to rekindle the relationship, and he just keeps telling her, look, I don't love you. I don't know how to make it any clearer. I'm like, and you're lying to everyone.
And she knows it.
everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty dang obvious.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And it
she
So we get a little later on, there is a burner phone in an envelope against his apartment door, and it has a picture of him and Sarah on it that was just taken in the lobby. And someone calls him, uses the voice modulator, like, we told you. Like, I did everything you asked. Well, you need to delete the files before your boss sees them. Do the thing. Like, holy cow. Are we being slightly unreasonable here? Little bit.
yeah.
Little bit.
Little bit. Well, he certainly is scared.
And we got to see the scene of him, looking at the footage and pondering whether to delete it. And then they cut away from that and don't get back to it to the end of the episode. And I like that they did that. And then we just have him talking with Mayfair. I lied to you. Someone is threatening me. Someone is threatening Sarah. This is what's happening. And Mayfair pointing out the footage is a bust. We have a guy driving his car, but we can't ID him. Like, it's not good enough for that. It's not clear enough.
Well, I did like that he did go into, confess kind of to Mayfair. Like, look, this is what the deal is. Because he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that likes to hold things in. He strikes me as the kind of guy that likes to say what he wants to say, and that's it. You either deal with it or you don't.
He is extremely lawful good. And I think going against that was really giving him a rough time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because it goes against the very nature of who he is. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and so Mayfair does the smart thing and takes him off the case. Like, let's get him out of their crosshairs, shall we?
Yeah, but now she's in the crosshairs.
She lives in the crosshairs.
Yeah, well, look, the woman's been on the job for I don't know how long, 20, 25 years. She's got some baggage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She knows some stuff. She's met some people. She's seen some files. She's got some stuff.
People have died on her.
Drew agrees with you, Steph, in the chat. He's like, I want to see him squirm. Love you, Stephanie.
Oh, thank you, Hurlfitz. At least somebody does.
Hey, I agree.
Oh, thank you.
Me too. Come on.
Yay! We all want to see Weller kidnapped. We're great people, ladies and gentlemen. We are just the best.
Oh, Megan says, Reed is a terrible liar. You can see that he is lying from a mile away. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Because it's not his nature. That's just, yeah, I get that.
Again, with the lawful good thing, it's kind of hard to... Yeah.
That's the only thing, I kind of agree with that, and that since I'm in the way too, because like somebody said, how old are you? I'll lie about my age. Certain things I will lie about. Most of the time, you get me straight up, no chaser.
See,
Most of the time.
I tell people how old I am, and they go, no, you're not. And I'm like, sit down.
I would lie to your face.
The only person who gets to ID me is the bartender.
There you go. But I'm just saying, so I get why his character's like that. There's a lot of us that are like that.
Yeah, some people are not built or not raised that way, and evidently he's not one of them. So
yeah, and you could tell he was
would
just
not be good
uncomfortable
undercover
with it. It didn't wear well with him.
Yeah,
His whole essence kind of changed a little bit.
Well, and he also lied to Zapata right at the end there. Like, what happened? Oh, this, don't worry about it. Which doesn't help with Zapata because she has this DA leaning on her going, Mayfair's crooked. I'm going to uncover it. You're going to help me. Partner.
Right.
What is it with the creepy guys focusing on Zapata? We need to stop.
Well, because
he is the new Tom. He is Tom the Third.
Tom the
Namely
Third.
because I can't remember his name. But
I don't remember his name either.
Third.
I don't know if he's as bad as Tom. He's creepy and he's mean, but I don't know if he's, because Tom was Tom.
The thing is, Tom didn't have any charisma and didn't care about it.
Right.
This guy has charisma. And he's a creep about it.
Okay.
So it's a different flavor of Tom.
Yeah. Well, I wonder why they want to get to Mayfair so badly. I'm interested in that.
Because it looks good for them. They did say that he was angling for, what was it, a Senate seat, a congressional seat, something like that. He wants to be.
Oh, that's right.
He wants to be in the room where it happens. So he is. If you can do a takedown of a very public figure and expose corruption or do whatever, like that is a huge feather in your cap. And so he's looking to do that. He's sniffing around because he thinks she's crooked. Look, all of the people that she hangs out with wind up dead with their car down by a river. Coincidence?
Yeah.
I think not.
Yeah. I didn't agree with that. I'm like, no, that means nothing. She's in the FBI. There's a lot of dead folks around. People drop dead all the time.
Sad but true.
You know what I'm saying? Jonas Fisher died. He was pushed off a bridge. Yeah. Guerrero, he was shanked.
Yeah, that does look suspicious, not gonna lie. Right. And that is what he brought up. And unfortunately, that was Tom's doing. But she was trying to keep everything on the up and up, and Tom just went, nope, dispenses stabbity death. Like, thank you for that. No, thank you.
Yeah.
So he's going after Mayfair, and he wants Zapata to work for him. And basically, she goes with, okay, if we do this, Mayfair goes down alone. I don't want anyone else caught up in this. Which, that's nice and idealistic, but there's no way that that's going to work.
No, that's not going to happen. She can forget that.
Just like, I don't want anyone else caught up with this. You all work with her. You'll all be under investigation.
Everybody.
This is not going to be this is going to be a mess and a half.
Oh yeah, and she's probably gonna be the first one to go down the river.
Oh yeah.
She's a
Unfortunately, he'll still just sell her up the river. It'll be the
Right.
worst thing ever. Like, we need to get rid of Tom the Third. Goodbye, Tom the Third. You Fisher lasted 3-4 episodes. Time for this guy to go.
Right. Time for him to
Get
go.
out.
Zapata, you're going with him. No, but you're coming back.
So we got Zapata, we got Reed. Jane had a nice night with Oscar and continued to have a nice night with Oscar.
Bow, chicka,
Like,
bow, bow.
we went from that was great to that was a mistake to no, really, that was great. Let's do that again. And just the little moment of them having Japanese takeout.
Yeah.
Like, this is really good. Oh, it's yakisoba, your favorite. And you
Yeah.
could just see that conversation screech to a halt.
Oh yeah, you could tell though she's sort of reminiscing in her feelings as well. She was kind of like, God, did I used to love this man? I think I love him again.
Well, and just that bit about you know more about me than I know about me. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, not wrong.
Oh, wait. We forgot to mention Mayfair, Jessica. Mayfair, because Mayfair loves women. Yes, she does. And she met a nice lady friend at the bar.
God bless Mayfair. What was her name? Angela?
Oh, what was her name, people?
Is it either Angela or Angela? I have it written down. Where is it?
I know I wrote it down somewhere and I cannot find it. Because she kind of saved
It's
her.
hiding in here somewhere. It's either Angela or Angelica, I believe.
I know. Everybody had a little something in this episode. You know, everybody had a little tidbit or something. And that was cool.
They
What was her name? What was her name? It's on the tip of
Okay,
my
I could have
mind.
sworn I wrote it down, but I can't find it in here. So,
Yeah,
you know,
it doesn't
details. Chat, if anyone knows it off the top of your head, throw it in there. Let's see how it is. And $2,000 wine doesn't usually taste any better than $2 wine. Let's be real.
No, that's not true. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I haven't had a $2,000 bottle of wine, but I've had a $150 bottle of wine once, and it was delicious.
Really?
I
Baby?
completely disagree with you.
Oh,
Katie.
no, ma'am. I'm sorry. We are disagreeing and dispute about this.
I just watched too much Adam Ruins Everything.
I guess so.
Yep.
Too much Chuck ain't cutting it.
So yeah, that was a nice little bit with Mayfair.
Yeah.
We don't usually get a lot of her personal life. So just seeing that go down and having there not be an ulterior motive, like, I really enjoyed that. That was a nice little scene.
Yeah.
And definitely something about the guy who thinks he can turn you straight. Like, this is a lesson for everyone.
Yes.
Don't be that person.
No.
Doesn't matter what gender you are, just don't do it, you guys.
And wine's not, you need more than wine to do that.
Well, and manhandling someone, that's not
Come here,
helpful
woman.
either.
Right. Come here, woman. Like,
Finish
who does
this
it?
bottle of wine with me. Yeah, no, that is super attractive, and now you need to leave.
Yeah, because you're a caveman.
Yeah, pretty
He's
much.
a caveman.
Good Lord, yes.
I'm surprised you didn't just have a club and like knock it over her head and drag her by her hair.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
go
Well, all
Drag
you
her
have
by
to do
the
is
hair.
flip over the wine bottle for
There you
that.
go.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, and the last bit that we got with Jane was you need to tell Weller, like her saying that, yeah, I remember us being at my memorial. Why were we surveilling Weller? Oh, just to make sure that you were still that he was still close to you and still, thought about you, all that fun stuff. By the way, you need to lie to him and tell him you're remembering your childhood. Why? To keep him close. Here's some photos. That tells you everything you need to know, right?
No.
Okay, helpful. Thank you, Oscar.
Right, not helpful.
Yeah, so then it was, that sex was a mistake. Yeah, it really was a mistake. Let's make out some more.
Well, they're bored. They have to do something in that warehouse or wherever they are.
Chemistry,
They don't have a
guys.
TV.
Chemistry. And then we didn't get much Kurt this time around, but
Yeah.
I was okay with that. Outside of the working as a unit scenes, we had him having a nice night with Allie that got interrupted.
Yeah.
And then having the family dinner with dad and sister and tiny gallbladder child.
Who's a gallbladder? Like, I thought they could have said at least he was a tomato.
Well, if it was a play about the human body,
Oh, yeah, I know. I thought about that, too.
I'd imagine that's
Yeah.
what it was because
Yeah, I thought about
gallbladder
that.
isn't a fruit. So.
No, I know. I'm just saying. It was a little strange. I think that was kind of a little tongue-in-cheek moment.
I love that they name dropped the voice because they had a Paleyfest panel in New York for Blindspot last night. And one of the things that one of the producers said was that they really wanted a 10 p.m. after The Voice time slot. And it was just like, that's the goal, that's what we want. And then that's what they got.
Okay.
So I thought name dropping The Voice was a nice little touch there.
Okay.
And then I predicted this last week and predicted it again at the start of the episode when they do the last time on Blindspot and we brought back Dad. I'm like, Dad's gonna die.
Yep,
he is done.
When he fell on the floor, I looked at Katie. Katie's like, I said it.
Pick up the phone. I called it.
Yes, you did.
No, Katie, no.
Yes, I did.
Yes, she said that. Oh my God.
I know I have a habit of calling people dying, but sometimes it's just like, look, Dad has terminal cancer and he hasn't been in very many episodes. Remember? Okay, we get it.
Yeah.
He's gonna die.
Yeah.
Kurt's gonna make up with him and then he's gonna die. And we'll all be sad. We get it.
Well, that was a nice moment with Kurt, with the dad told him he loved him. That was really a nice moment. For me, it was. I don't know. Did anybody else like that? You know, because sometimes I think that sort of heals old wounds. And he really needed to hear that. And you know, and Sarah needed to see that. It kind of healed the family in a way, which was nice.
We needed the closure before he bit it.
Yeah, that's true. And then Allie was at dinner, and Allie's like, ooh, you asked me to dinner with your family? That's a big step.
Yeah. It's almost like we've dated before.
Right.
So we should probably actually talk about Patterson because we definitely just took a hard left turn and then didn't come back.
Yeah, because, you know, there was so many things going on here. It's like you got to try to hit each point. But yeah, let's
Everyone
talk about
has things. Wound up in
things.
this scavenger hunt that put her at... Good Lord, we went from the sheep to his hearth, to a key in his hearth that went to a speakeasy, and the key did an automaton called Stefan the Great, which was one of the most horrifying things I've seen in recent memory on television. Oh my God. Like, that was some horror movie stuff right up in there. He looked like Slappy from Night of the Living Dummy. Like, and that tells you what my nostalgia is. Which led to holes poked in the felt and constellations and Andromeda and corresponding with Jane's body. And okay, we did the bull already. Yeah. But it has another meaning. Leading to Aldebaran, which is a star in the constellation Taurus. Leading to an antique shop, ostensibly, collectibles, something like that.
With a very creepy little man inside.
Named Mark Waterman. And for some reason, she sits down with him to have tea and just tells him all about this little scavenger hunt that led her there to his shop. Like, why? She doesn't mention that I don't think she mentions that she FBI. She doesn't mention the tattoos, but it was definitely, scavenger hunt led me here. And he interprets this to believe it's a sign. They're sending me messages.
Anybody that talks to themselves and hits themselves on the head, run. Soon as he walked in, and I was like, ooh, creepy.
Well, and we were talking about, like, he's like, oh, I have a great Zodiac collection. It's here in the back. And he goes in the back and you hear glass shattering. So Patterson, being Patterson, goes back there to go, hey, are you okay? And he chloroforms her. And we were talking about what kind of guy keeps chloroform on hand?
Just because.
It has one use.
Right.
And then we find out he's a serial killer.
I said it because he reads serial killer. He just weird. Right.
Although David making the comment about, well, yeah, Buffalo Bill up there. Like,
I know.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, not good. I did love the scene that we had where they were trying to find Patterson. They were going into the cellar, and it was cutting between them in the shop and her in the cellar.
Yeah, that was cool.
And made it look like it was in the same. Like, I love when they do that. Even though it's a very obvious fake out, I absolutely love when they do that.
Yeah, that was really cool. Because then you don't know what's going on, and she comes out, and she's in the middle of nowhere, kind of.
30 acres in Long Island, evidently.
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah, all in the country.
No shoes, no coat, and snow in ostensibly wintertime.
I know, and she's turning
Goodness
5
knows
shades of
what
blue.
time it's supposed to be right now. She really is. The makeup on this was really good. I'm assuming I am hoping that's makeup.
Yeah.
And we wind up with this whole big thing about how, Mark Waterman doesn't actually exist, and it's an alias for Owen Lyman, who is a high school teacher who may or may not have killed one of his students, and everything's been covered up by his brother, the Senator Patrick Lyman, and then it winds up being corruption charges because a pharmaceutical company found out about it and blackmailed him and made him vote however they wanted, and it went up the chain, which is why it was on the tattoo, because Owen Lyman was the focal point of all of this, and it leads to corruption within the government, within big pharma, all that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. It went deeper, a lot deeper than they thought.
And it was also extremely traumatic for Patterson. Just like, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Yeah, she shouldn't have been by herself.
Oh, yeah, no. Mm-hmm. I did love can we get into her account? Yeah, we could. If Patterson was here.
Right. She's got it locked up where you can't get in there.
Oh, she is a linchpin for this team.
Yeah.
And it's so easy, especially in shows like this. It's really easy to discount the tech character because, okay, you see them for part of an episode, they do their thing, and then we go do action and shooting people and more action and more,
Yeah.
But this show has made a point of making Patterson an integral part of the team without going, hey, love the tech person. Aren't they great?
Okay.
And I love it. I love that they've done that, and I love that they've done it so naturally.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that she is now officially a part of the team as opposed to kind of a second story character or something like that. That's really cool. Kind of like they're doing with Dr. Borden.
They're finally bringing him in.
Right. Yes, exactly.
So they find her and they save her, and Owen gets shot and Patrick gets indicted on 8 billion charges of accessory and corruption and God knows what else. So good.
Yeah.
And we have just this great little scene at the end with Patterson standing across the street from the restaurant where this all started and talking with hallucinatory David about how she's sorry and she thinks it's all her fault. And he tells her, no, it's not. I mean, who could have seen this coming? And saying, you should. People tell you that you'll meet someone like me. They're wrong. You'll never meet anyone exactly like me.
Right.
But you will meet someone else that you can be romantically involved with. Like that Dr. Borden guy.
Uh-huh. Yes. Somebody earlier in the chat said, I shipped Dr. Patterson Borden. I said, yes. That'll work for me.
I don't want them to fall into bed right now, but
No.
I am down for watching this develop. Plus, it means
I'm
we
down
get more
for-
Dr. Borden.
Yes, I'm down for a good, you know what I'm down for? A really good flirt.
Yes.
Like a back and forth kind of Google eye, kind of across the room kind of thing. I'm down with that.
Dangerous dating a psychiatrist.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because they know how things work.
Oh, yeah. They can read you.
Yep, never doing that again.
Again?
Again? Damn.
I dated a guy who was who was doing an internship as he just graduated as a psych major, and he was doing an internship at whatever. And
Dang.
that was terrible. It was like a month, and I was just like the entire time. Do you want more cheese with your pasta? It was just terrible.
Wow.
Just broke me all the time, Katie.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. Good to know.
Thanks for the share.
Right.
Nice share.
Whatever. I mean,
Are you going to be okay?
I mean, as long as I'm not going to him anymore. No, it was actually interesting because they do kind of open your mind to things that you didn't really notice that you were doing, but at the same time, it always makes you feel like you're stupid because they're always nitpicking your every move.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing this because you're feeling angry.
Exactly. It's like, oh, that's so cute. You do this because of this. And I'm like, thank you for ruining dinner, jackass. Sorry.
Right.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I just
Oh,
wanted to
sorry.
say
That's okay. Thank you.
Speaking from experience. It's always good to have someone who can speak from experience on the show.
Jessica says she
Since
wants
I-
to see Dr. Borden slam Patterson down the morgue. I'm like,
I think
no.
Shadow Fox had the best reply. Why? Those slabs are cold.
Right.
Yep, that's a really good way to kill the
Oh,
mood.
man, my eyes
But
watered in.
I'm with Megan. They need to take Patterson and Borden slow. We need some development for this relationship because obviously Patterson is still grieving, and we just haven't seen a lot of Borden. I mean, I think the most we got of him was in the very first episode. And in the episode with Fisher,
Yeah, Fisher.
trying to find the mole and doing
Right.
that. So you're 1/8 Russian. So you're Russian. Yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah, I think they're eventually going to bring him in as a part of the team, but that's leading into predictions. So, yeah.
So yeah, here's hoping. I ship it. And then I wrote down one of the last few things is I'm going to go. I don't want you to. I know, but I'm already gone.
I know.
Oh,
I'm like, bye, David.
it's just
Waving.
such good writing.
But he was a nice little guardian angel. I almost saw him as a guardian angel for her in a way because he did help her through the being in the snow and all that. That was just my perception, but yeah, that's what I think.
Manifestation of the subconscious. I
Kinda same
love
thing.
it.
Kind of say, yeah.
I like that Dr. Borden. You haven't met Dr. Borden. It's almost like I'm a manifestation of your subconscious. Bless. I'm very happy with this.
Yeah, we're good.
So yeah, I ship it. I'm down. I look forward to watching this play out.
Okay.
Do you have any final thoughts on the episode before we roll into predictions? Because I don't think we have news and gossip for this one.
No, we don't. I don't really have any.
All right, so chat, if there's anything we forgot to talk about, now is a good time to tell us because we have, that nice little minute or however long it is delay.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we're going to talk to you about iTunes. Thank you to everyone who's reviewed. Seriously, we love your reviews. You are lovely human beings. We really appreciate them. And if you want to help us, as an after show stay on the air, best thing you can do, head to iTunes, find our podcast, AfterBuzz TV Blindspot, subscribe, rate it 5 stars, leave a nice little comment saying, hey, we love these people. I like listening to this podcast. And then our producers go, they like listening to this podcast. And here we are. So if you want to help us out, that is the absolute best way to do it. Yep. Thank you to everyone who has. Mm-hmm. All right. Does the chat have anything new to say? I don't
nope,
think
they're just
so.
talking about me and my sad life.
Oh, Alexis.
Just kidding.
Oh, Alexis.
All right, so we can swing into predictions then.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Our light show's changing colors today.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Just thought I would like to add a little bit of color to our lives.
Aww.
Mm-hmm.
So this had the world's worst preview.
It did.
Like, wow. It was a whole bunch of, we're building up to a plot twist. You'll never see this plot twist coming. Here's a whole bunch of scenes of people shooting things and looking alternately frightened and surprised and angry and a whole bunch of context-less dialogue that doesn't tell you anything. It's like there's... I'm trying to remember if it's Pablo Francisco or another comedian. I can't remember. And he's doing the generic action voiceover voice. And it has action. Get down. More action. Get down again. Like, that's what this was to me. It was a trailer full of nothing.
Yeah. I have nothing else to say. I don't know. I mean, I have my own predictions, but yeah, I can't really tell anything by its trailer.
Yeah, so for next week,
we have no idea.
I'm just going to give you a big old Kanye shrug and a smile and go, I guess there's a twist coming down the line. What's a twist?
Yeah. Well,
so what are your predictions?
Well, I think Jane is going to eventually, like Oscar told her to do, reveal her memories or whatever. And they're going to get close. And we did see a little snippet of Allie with some, like, looking at them like, yeah, I see you too. When they were hugging. I told you
have something going on with Jane, so I need to take a step back.
Right.
Like, oh my God, can we not just sit and talk and work this out like adults? Yeah. No, because Kurt has a subscription.
He does. He has issues, bless his soul. But yeah. So yeah, then somebody says Kurt gets dumped.
Although, yeah, Megan says that Rich.com is back, and that's true. We did see that on Twitter as well.
Okay.
So Rich.com is back.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Well, yeah. I let's see. What is my other prediction? That was kind of. I think. What are yours? I don't know.
I'm wondering if Jane is actually going to start remembering her childhood. Because we had that little bit of her getting led into the basement where the other kids were, but aside from that, we have nothing. And I'm wondering if Kurt isn't going to push her for more details than she has, only to see her make up something incorrect.
Oh, that's a good point. I never
Should
thought
be
about
fun
that.
and interesting.
Yeah. You always bring up great points that I never really think about, so that's cool.
Nitpicky details. It's what I'm good at.
And that's why you're the lead host.
Hell on wheels remembering people's names, but nitpicky details I can do.
Yeah.
When the person did the thing with the stuff and then there was this, oh yeah, no, I got it.
There you go.
Winner!
Yeah. Let's see. What are my I had another prediction. I did say about Patterson and Borden. I think that's going to start heating up. What else? Oh, I think that everyone is going to start looking at Mayfair. Kind of
probably.
Giving her the side eye now, like, what are you doing?
No,
what have you been doing?
With Zapata on the witch hunt from Tom the Third. And I do think that Tom the Third is going to die within the next few episodes.
Oh.
We got a pattern. Let's keep it. If Tom the Third lasts to the end of the season, I will be gobsmacked.
Oh.
I will be very surprised.
See, like, I didn't even think about him in that terms of him even being around that much. Kind of in and out, giving little information to Zapata, and that's it. He's in, he's out. He's in, he's out. He's not even a significant character like Tom or Fisher or anybody like that. I didn't really see him like that. But then you never know with the show.
Well, and this is our third antagonist that we've had that was in a different branch of the government or the service. The third one.
Yeah.
And they just don't last. And so I'm honestly waiting for this to stop being like they were investigating Tom's disappearance as a branch, and now he is investigating Mayfair because he's interested. And I'm waiting for this personal vendetta to get him killed in some capacity, because that is what happens.
Right. Well, Shadow Fox 2300 says, but we need a new vampire. Yes, we do. And you know what I did say? I think that the really big antagonist that we're waiting for is going to be a woman.
Oh,
and she's gonna be worse than all of them put together, baby.
Dance,
as you know, the
puppets,
women,
dance.
we can. Woo, we are the worst ones. I hate to say it
You know what we
like
can
that,
do? Multitask.
Yes. Take down a nation and feed a baby at the same time.
Well, and that's if we have someone pulling the strings.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Well,
we don't know
see.
if we do. We
Right.
have no answers about this organization that Jane was ostensibly leading. Question mark.
Yeah.
That's still a whole bunch of stuff that we absolutely do not
There's
know.
a lot of holes and a lot of gaps. Like, I still want to know more about Hobbs.
Yeah.
What is his role? Is he the leader?
He's the phone guy.
He's the phone guy, but he's living in a trailer somewhere. What's his deal?
I will be interested to see if Hobbs comes back this season.
Yeah. I'd like to see him back.
I feel like that he is very specific to shadow organization episodes.
Yeah.
And so I think if we get another one of them, we'll know more about him.
Right.
But if we stick a little more to the procedural / personal formula, then we will probably not see too much of him.
Oh, okay. Well, there was this good prediction, Stephanie. Female puppet master, female. Yep. It's
Yeah,
coming,
girl.
people. She's going to have on high heels, and you're going to see her click, clack, to the hallways, and it's going to be all good.
Surprise, it's secretly Patterson.
Oh, God, no. No, don't say that. I just fall out. I just be... The co-host is falling out, and she cannot get up.
I have too many shows I'm watching right now where it's, surprise, the villain was someone you knew all along.
They come unmasked.
If you're watching Flash, you've seen the Arrow after show with us making stupid jokes about that unveiling. That's all I can think of.
Oh, God. I'm laughing so hard my eyes are watering. Stop it.
It was me all along. And I think we are out of predictions and into silly territory.
Yes.
So unless you have anything else to
I'm
say,
done.
I think we can call it. All right. Where can the people find you?
You can find me at Stephanie G3360 on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. My YouTube channel has videos, me making stuff, creative things, fun stuff, red carpet, stuff like that. So check it out.
And I'm Katie Cullen. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram at Kiaxet. That's Kiaxet. That's also my YouTube channel, come to think of it. And on Snapchat at Kia Prime. I am on Transformers Robots in Disguise. That's on Sundays. Arrow is once again on hiatus for reasons I cannot fathom. We're back on the 27th. And for those of you who saw the Red vs. Blue announcement, they're back in May, and we don't have a date yet, but we will be back too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye,
Buzz David.
David.
Bye, David.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.